You're listening to Crystal Clear Lore, a Wyrmsong production. It was a clear, crisp January day as Joseph and his girlfriend Regina set out for their yearly ice fishing trip on Lake Cass in Minnesota. As they loaded up their SUV and pulled out of their driveway, they waved goodbye to their suburban home on the edge of Grand Rapids and prepared for an hour-and-a-half drive. Joseph was excited to be headed out to the lake again. A small ring box sat in his pocket, feeling heavier each moment he thought about it. As this was their 5th year going out to the lake, he planned to finally propose to Regina.
Joe, hello?
Regina's voice snapped him out of his contemplation. Sorry, what? He asked.
Lost your thoughts again.
Probably not the smartest idea while driving. You excited for the trip? Regina nodded.
You betcha. It's always so nice to get out of the city for a while.
She stretched out, getting ready to put in an afternoon of fun and relaxation.
Besides, the weather's actually supposed to be nice today. Very little wind, and the sun's going to be shining. Perfect day for it.
Joseph nodded. It should be our best trip yet if we're lucky. They pulled up to the dock a while later, grabbed their gear, and headed out to one of the ice fishing cabins stationed on the lake. Regina had been right. It was almost unheard of how good the weather was today, especially for a Minnesotan winter. It was almost 18 degrees out with no wind chill.
Well, hopefully the weather being so good doesn't discourage the fish from biting,
Regina commented as they headed out on the ice. Joseph didn't reply as he scanned ahead and saw that there were a lot fewer cabins this year. Their cabin was still in the normal spot, but where he would have seen about a dozen more, there was only Neil's. Not a lot of people out today, he remarked.
Yeah, I noticed. Wonder what's going on.
Joseph shrugged and they continued on, passing by the other cabin on their way. Neil, another fisherman who had been coming here for only a couple of years, popped his head out and greeted them. Hey Neil, what's with the no-shows? Joseph gestured with his head to the empty space. Neil rolled his eyes. Oh, a couple folks say they saw something freaky on Star Island, so a bunch of people decided to cancel this year. Even with the ranger station on the other side of the lake, most got scared off.
A monster?
Regina asked.
You sure it wasn't you?
Neil chuckled. No, not this time. You know that lake out there? Lake Wendigo? Apparently it's supposed to be that.
All the way on that tiny island way out on the lake? It's not even really near here,
Regina remarked. I know. Personally, I think they're letting old wives' tales keep them from a good day of fishing. More fish for us, then. Not to sound too silly, but what's a Wendigo? Joseph asked, confused. It's supposed to be a cannibalistic monster who eats humans, Neil explained. Okay. Well, so it used to be human, right? Then he or she got really, really hungry, and it started eating family members before moving on, and just eating every human it could find. Freaky, Joseph grimaced.
Don't worry, sweetheart,
Regina reassured him.
It's just a story.
Hell of a story, though, Neil winked. But the good news is that most folks aren't going to be out here, so more fish for us. That's true. Good luck, Neil, Joseph agreed. Neil headed back inside the cabin, and both Joseph and Regina set back off toward theirs. Regina stayed silent the whole time they set up their site, and Joseph augured the hole in the ice. Penny for your thoughts? Joseph asked, sitting down and grabbing his reel.
Sorry, my turn to get lost. I was thinking about what Neil had said.
You worried about the Wendigo?
No, maybe. I don't know. I just feel like if it wasn't the Wendigo, then what were folks seeing?
Regina asked worriedly. Joseph inhaled, thinking, well, that area is protected from logging. So what if they just saw movement in the trees and thought that it was Wendigo? Isn't there a lake on that island called that?
That's what Neil said. It's probably nothing, right? I'm just overthinking it.
Hey, if you're uneasy, we can go. Regina paused for a minute, but ended up shaking her head.
No, it's just a silly story. I don't want to waste the weather. Hopefully, Neil's prediction is right, and there's more fish to be caught today with less people.
Turns out, Neil was right. Joseph and Regina had a very lucky day fishing, and it was nearing dusk by the time they had strung their fish and grabbed their gear. The luck was so good that Joseph never really found a moment to propose. Every time he worked up the courage, one of them got a bite. They were just getting ready to leave the cabin when they heard crunching along the ice. They stopped and looked at each other, confused.
That wouldn't be Neil, would it?
Regina asked. Joseph shook his head. No, he has no reason to come out this way. Besides that, he listened again, is coming from the opposite way. Regina's voice dropped to a whisper.
From the center of the lake?
Shh. Joseph shushed her and kept listening. The crunching had stopped. He swallowed and counted to 30 before he slowly opened the door and peered out onto the lake. He didn't see anything. Remembering the horror movies he had watched, he stepped carefully onto the ice and walked around the cabin. Nothing. Sighing, he relaxed and signaled Regina that it was safe to come out.
Regina had been waiting near the door while Joseph checked around the cabin to see what had made the crunching noise. She saw him relax and motioned for her to come out. She gingerly stepped out onto the ice, and both of them scurried back towards the relative safety of the car. They passed by Neil's cabin, which seemed empty, and continued on. It was only when they could see the parking lot that they realized that Neil's car was still there. Joseph looked back at the cabin. Regina saw the look on Joseph's face as he was torn with indecision. Honey, let's get to the car and call Neil. We have his number. Joseph turned, and Regina thought he was going to agree when she saw the look of horror on his face.
Run,
he whispered. Regina felt her eyes grow wide as she watched a claw extend through Joseph's chest. She looked behind Joseph and saw a 7-foot-tall, emaciated human whose face was hollowed out and had black patches of frostbite covering it. Tears in her eyes, she turned and ran, abandoning the man she loved to his fate, for he was already gone. Regina was able to reach the truck and threw everything inside. She scrambled around for something, anything she could use against the creature. All she found was an old can of hairspray and a lighter. Shit, she muttered. The one time the damn pistol wasn't packed. Instead, she grabbed the hairspray and lighter and readied herself. She knew the tales and knew that the Wendigo was what she had seen. The only piece of advice on how to kill it she had gotten was from Supernatural. Fire. It was all she had since Joseph's piece was apparently at home instead of in the car. She didn't have long to wait as the creature came crunching on the snow and ice toward her almost right away. Swallowing hard, she let the creature come nice and close before flicking the lighter and using the hairspray to create a mini flamethrower. The shrieks it made were the most unholy sounds of pain imaginable. Even though she had only wanted to burn it to get it to back off, its entire body caught fire quickly. It dropped and tried to roll in the snow, only to be completely charred in a few minutes. Regina watched the whole ordeal, stunned. As she kept watching, she saw the body disintegrate and turn to ash right before her eyes. Very soon, there wasn't much of a trace left of the creature. A couple hours later, police and medics had arrived. Once Regina had made sure that the Wendigo's body was completely gone, she'd called for help. They'd found Joseph's body, but only parts of Neil's. The only piece of Neil left, really, was his head and a few bones in the cabin. Regina told the cops everything, except the part about the Wendigo. She instead had to say she was pretty sure she saw a tall man attack Joseph, because she knew no one would believe her otherwise. She was finishing up her statement with one cop while an EMT checked her vitals when another officer came up to her.
Miss, we found this in your boyfriend's pocket. I reckon it's supposed to be yours.
He handed her a small jewelry box. Choking slightly, Regina took it. She hadn't known he had news to share, too. She thanked him and pocketed the ring. The first officer thanked her and moved away while the EMT finished checking her over.
Well, miss,
he started.
Other than being in shock, you seem fine. And don't worry, the baby is too.
Welcome to Crystal Clear Lore. I'm your host, Krystal Lance. And we are back in the recording closet with our producer, Brady.
Hey, guys. How did you like that Wendigo story?
What's more important is how did you like it? Because I'm the one that wrote it, so.
Oh, I loved that story. That was my favorite one so far. I can't wait to hear how the listeners took that one, because it was a bit more edgy and gory than the other ones. I mean, the last one was pushing it too, but this one took it to another level.
Yeah, they're getting kind of gory.
I like that, because I was hoping this would turn into a bit more of a horror leaning podcast.
Well, it is October.
Yeah.
Right, we're only a little bit away now from Halloween, so it fits.
Yeah, Halloween is coming, guys. I can only imagine what our next episode's going to be. But for now, let's talk about the Wendigo.
Yes. So the Wendigo, we are going to I'm trying to figure out like a formula for the discussion. So bear with us while we figure out what format works best for us. Starting with the appearance, right? So in the story, the Wendigo was 7 feet tall. Apparently Wendigos are known to get up to 10 feet tall.
Oh my gosh.
They have those iconic red glowing eyes that always seem to pop up in cryptid stories too. They have large fangs and claws. They usually look human-like. Now, this is where a little bit of stuff changes with them.
Okay, before we get into that, the glowing red eyes, that is a common theme I've noticed.
Yeah, it's in a lot of them.
It's kind of interesting, a common theme that's interesting to me because when I was a kid, there was an episode of I believe it was the X-Files. And I didn't watch that a lot or anything, but I just remember a few iconic scenes that I saw. And one of them was just like a random pair of glowing red eyes were floating in the background or something. I don't even remember a lot of details about it, but that stuck in my head. Oh. And so I wonder why that's such a thing.
I haven't watched X-Files in a while, but I think I know the episode you're talking about.
Yeah, you probably do. And I might even be wrong about what I'm even remembering, but in my mind, it was glowing red eyes floating.
I feel like
it scared me as a kid seeing that for some reason. And then it's definitely a common theme, so I'm just interested in the glowing red eyes theme. We'll have to dig deeper into that sometime.
I think the next one, if I will be able to. I wanted to dig into it this time, but as you'll see, I had way too much lore to delve into for everyone.
Yeah, there's so much today, so I'll try not to digress too much on those kind of things.
No, don't worry about it too much. So, Wendigos do look human-like, but their faces are what changes a lot. So, it seems like there are, 3 versions of the Wendigo.
Okay.
The first one was the one that Regina encountered, which was like a human-like emaciated face.
Yeah.
That is blackened by frostbite.
Oh.
Like the lips and the cheeks are missing because it ate them. Which I was like, ew.
You gotta love the details.
Auto cannibalism. Love that for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's described as like a humanoid deer, so it's got those deer legs in the back.
Oh.
And then other times it's like a humanoid, right? So it's like the first one, but it has the skull of a deer or an elk for a head.
Oh, wow. And I love another common theme is the variations as told, whoever's telling it, I guess, is kind of in charge of that. But it always makes me wonder how certain ones become more of the mainstream. Is it us as the person listening to the story about it that's kind of more dictating our mainstream view of the Wendigo, or is it just kind of all the common traits put together?
Well, I know when this episode comes out, that Has Been Hotel Season 2 is going to come out, so this is going to be kind of a timely reference. Alistair from it is based on a deer, but because of the humanoid deer variant, when I was writing about the Wendigo and learning it, I kept seeing the character Alistair keep popping in my head.
Oh.
And I was like, I wonder if that's like a reference. We'll find out later on because, deer like human. And the only thing that's like that in the lore I've found so far is the Wendigo. And it's a cannibal. And we do know from the story, without spoilers, we do know that he's into some forms of cannibalism. So.
Oh, boy.
We learned some things.
And that's, cannibalism. That's one of my worst ones that I don't like to hear about.
It's a big bad no-no.
Oh, yeah. Big bad no-no.
Yeah.
If this was a science podcast or a Joe Rogan-esque podcast, we could go into the numerous cannibal stories and about prions and the dangers of actually eating people, but
I have stories, don't you worry.
Oh, let's hear them. Sorry, the ghost came in the creaky door.
Right. Okay, so the Wendigo is known for how it hunts. It runs faster than a man can, which seems to be kind of another theme that we're seeing is a lot of these cryptids are faster than humans.
Yeah.
And it can run completely silently. It can climb a lot of things. So it can climb trees. It can also climb walls. In the video game Until Dawn, you will see, like when you encounter Wendigos, you'll see that they are, which spoilers, I guess, but the game is like Came out in 2009. So if you haven't played it, I don't know what you're waiting for. But they do climb like the cabin walls and stuff, and they're on the ceiling and crap. So
yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
I do remember that.
Yeah, they sucked.
That is a really good video game. A great media depiction of the Wendigo, just for being so memorable, and the way they wrote it into the story and everything. It's so well executed. I also like. I was trying to think. With the Wendigo, there's a lot of media depictions that I can remember. Right. Supernatural, obviously, as mentioned in the story. Yeah. Was my intro to Wendigos. And then we watched something recently. I'm trying to remember what it was. That was my brain fart. That had the Wendigo in it.
Sleepy Hollow.
Thank you. Sleepy Hollow was the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good show. A little underrated.
It is a little underrated.
Lots to pick from there. Isn't the Headless Horseman considered kind of a cryptid?
Yes, we will get to him eventually. There's too many and not enough time, so we're working on it.
Yeah.
All right. So I found out something really interesting.
Okay.
Do you remember in Until Dawn how when you see through the Wendigo's point of view, it's like almost like an echolocation type of heat vision-y like vision that they show you?
Yeah.
Apparently that is completely in track with the lore.
Oh. So they can kind of see heat. Is it more than just heat, or kind of?
Kind of like they have excellent vision in the dark, and they can hear really well. So from what I was gathering, I think the way they represented it Until Dawn was probably really close to the lore.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people apparently have been interviewing Wendigos about how they see and hear. So that's a shame. But from what I'm gathering, I think that was a really good representation of it.
Right.
Because it's an ambush predator, right? So it stalks you, it ambushes you, then it kills you.
I love that. It's like a velociraptor.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And kind of an apex predator, too. At least depicted in the media versions. Like, it's just this overwhelming force.
Well, that's the whole thing with these kind of monsters, right? Because we are apex predators, humans are.
Yeah, exactly. But it's kind of scary to think if there's something
that could attack us, then, all of a sudden, we're just part of the food chain, not the top of it anymore.
Exactly. Okay. And Wendigos, I'm sure, love the food chain.
From what I can tell.
Because even before they were a Wendigo,
That's true.
I don't know if that's a little dark.
So
cannibalism.
Cannibalism. Wendigos, so their origins, they come this thing. They are like all over. I was finding them in Wisconsin and Minnesota. And then I found stories of them in Montana.
Oh.
And I was like, that's a jump on the area. But originally, from the farthest back we can go and trace this back, is the Native Americans, the Algonquin-speaking tribes specifically, which is mostly like Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Yeah.
They are the ones that coined the term Wendigo, and Wendigo actually translates to winter cannibal giant, according to Mysterious Creatures: A Guide to Cryptozoology. That's a tongue twister. By George Eberhardt.
Oh, okay.
So, winter cannibal giant or winter cannibal monster is what Wendigo means.
Oh, okay.
Which is perfect. The first time we see the word in print was in 1722. But the term had been around for hundreds of years before then, but we just don't have written records.
That's pretty long ago.
Yeah. Before the country was a country, the Wendigo was a thing.
Right.
And so we talked about, like, in the previous times, like, what can you, like the Rougarou, right? It's
right.
Like you get bitten, you can get turned into a Rougarou. Anybody can become a Wendigo.
Oh.
So, J.W. Walker wrote in the United States of Cryptids, which is a wonderful reference, and I highly recommend it. Anybody who puts their survival needs above others or can even be tempted to can turn into a Wendigo.
Oh.
They are possessed by the spirit of the Wendigo, their hearts and spines encased in ice so thick that you can hear it popping and cracking if you put your ear to their chest.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't... I get the heart being encased in ice if you're putting your needs above others.
Yeah.
Right? But the spine was kind of an extra detail that I went, why?
I love that, though.
Um,
Got to get them bones.
yeah, because if you're putting your needs above others, of course you're going to have an ice cold heart. It's it's a metaphor for being gluttonous and greedy. And the Wendigo itself apparently is never full for long, which is why it killed Neil, then went straight for Joseph, and then straight for Regina.
Oh, okay.
Because it could eat them, it's just never full for long.
I see.
It's just constantly wanting to eat more and more and more.
That's messed up.
It's it's a nasty creature.
And stinky probably too.
Yes. So in the story, Regina kills the Wendigo with like a hand, I would say like a really MacGyvered kind of flamethrower.
Yeah.
And she could have cured him.
How's that?
But I don't think she would have known how. Because apparently you need to get hot bear fat and pour it down the person's throat.
Hot bear fat.
Hot bear fat. Has to be bear. No other animals allowed, apparently.
That's weird.
I was like, bear fat. Got to heat it up, pour it down their throat, and apparently it will melt the ice. Sometimes it will kill them if they've been a Wendigo long enough.
Yeah.
But if, like, Joseph had just been turned or something, right? If they were in a survival situation and Joseph would have been, like, tempted to eat Regina to survive, she could have been like, hot bear fat down the throat, you'll be saved.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Who made the bear fat thing up?
I found it in a couple references in the cryptid books that I've been using.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of shocked on that one. I went, bear fat. Okay. That could also come from the tribes. Mostly the tribe that I'm finding it is actually one that we have a tie to because it was my great-great-grandmother's tribe.
Oh.
And I went, oh, crap. So it is the Chippewa.
The Chippewa. I was about to say, actually.
If you are on the American side, from what I'm understanding, and I keep trying to dig into it, but it's hard because we, didn't do right by the natives, so there's a lot of stuff missing. But on the American side of the border, it seems like it's the Chippewa tribe, and on the Canadian side, it's called Ojibwe.
Ojibwe.
Which is more
G or G?
Ojibwe.
It's Ojibwe.
It's Frenchy.
Oh, okay.
So, and if anybody who is part of that tribe is listening and is like, no, actually, please email us at wyrmsongmedia@gmail.com because I would love to know more. The other ways to kill it, other than fire, you can, it has to be a shaman. According to Britannica has an article about how to kill the Wendigo.
Oh.
Which tells you how prevalent this myth is. So, a shaman can subdue it or destroy it with iron, steel, or silver, a bullet, or a dagger, right? It has to be one of those three metals. It has to be a bullet or a dagger.
Yeah.
But some claim that you need to cut out the heart and burn it.
Oh, my goodness.
So I was thinking, well, maybe like the first one is to subdue the host. So maybe you have to put the bullet or the dagger in it to kind of get to like be subdued so you can pour the bear fat in it.
Yeah.
And then maybe the burning the heart, maybe that just prevents the monster or the spirit of the Wendigo from attaching to anyone else.
Oh. Well, that's a little complicated.
It's complicated. Well, what isn't?
You sure would have to really study up on your lore before encountering a Wendigo.
Yeah. So I would
know
say,
what I mean.
like, fire seems like a really safe way to do it. So
fire is always the best way to do it.
Fire's great. If you like want to try to save their life, I would just maybe take a steel or iron or silver dagger with you, and then see what you could do. And hot bear fat, man, get some bear fat on you. Just keep it on you.
Yeah.
Go and hike in the woods, need your bear fat.
Mother freaking bear fat.
All right. So last time we had Kushisaka Onna, right?
Yes.
She was in the papers.
Ooh.
The Wendigo has so many news articles.
I was seeing where this is going.
There's so many. I had to cut them down
How did you even choose?
I chose the most interesting ones that had a decent amount of stuff on them.
Yeah.
But then I kept digging and I found another article and another and another. I'm like, how many articles are there? And by the time I had even like seen the light at the end of the tunnel, I was over a dozen articles in.
Oh, no.
There were so many articles, and they all take place in the late 19th century, from the ones I chose from, definitely. Some of them are early 20th century, but there's so many.
Yeah.
So many. So I'm going to quickly go over the 3 smaller ones that I chose, and then we will delve a little bit more into the big infamous one that everyone talks about.
Okay.
So, first little one. December 1897. The St. Paul Globe reported that a Native American woman living in the Barrens River Reserve of Manitoba, which is Canada, contacted typhoid, which caused her to act strangely. Her husband thought she was going Wendigo and broke her neck.
Oh.
And he was arrested for murder.
Oh, my God.
Because typhoid made her act so crazy that, he was like, well, she's going to be a Wendigo, so I have to kill her before she kills all of us.
Right.
So, yeah, not great. Oh, what a rough...
I can't even imagine, because just that state of delusion... And then just the solid fact of what happened.
Right?
Oh, my gosh.
I don't want to say delusion. It's a belief system, right? So it's like...
To the point where you're going to kill your wife.
Yeah, but okay, you got to believe this is real, right? So your belief is 100% real on this. And is not the needs of the many outweighing the needs of the few?
Okay. That would be, that would be an overriding factor, I believe, in the brain.
This is 1897. It's not like science was where it was at, where it is nowadays. It was not there.
Right.
So you have somebody that's like, okay, if you start going crazy, you probably be a Wendigo, you probably start killing us all. But if you kill her, then you believe you're saving the entire tribe. What do?
I don't know. I still think, like, in the moment, it would be so hard to even make any of those choices.
No, it would. So
you're going off the gut, yeah.
I have to give that husband props. His name is not listed, but I have to give him props that he tried to do the right thing for the tribe itself.
Yeah.
Because that was not an easy thing. There's no way it was. All right. So now we're going to draw over from Manitoba over to Montana.
Montana.
Same year, 1897. 2 women from Whitefish Lake, Montana, were treated for illness.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it's crazy. So one of the women dreamed that her brother, who had been dead for 4 years, offered her human flesh in a dream.
Oh, no.
And they
thought
thought
just a dream.
that they were going to become Wendigos.
Oh, okay.
So they had to go get treated for illness because of it.
What did the the medical staff or whatever say?
That's one of the things I kept digging.
Yeah.
Couldn't find any details. So I don't know if it's because it is, over 100 years old and certain medical records are lost, but it sounded like they treated him for whatever illness it was, because they didn't even just the illness.
Yeah.
They treated him for the illness and then they were fine.
Well, all right.
But like, I imagine you've got 2 women. You have a dream from your dead brother and he's offering you to eat human flesh. You're like, I have been possessed by a spirit of a Wendigo and I am going to go crazy and kill everyone. So I must go get help.
Oh my God. How do you even
So
deal with
sad.
that? Oh man.
All right.
A lot of Lord of the Wendigo.
So much. All right. Last short, quick story here. So 2 men were at Cat Lake in Minnesota, if I remember right. So this is actually from Chilliwack, British Columbia. Okay, I got this from the Canadian government files, okay? And I found the article in the Progress from Chilliwack, British Columbia. But this is actually in Canadian government files. Like, you can go on to their site.
Like declassified.
2 men at Cat Lake were arrested because they killed a man who they thought to be overtaken by a Wendigo spirit. The man also thought he was taken by a Wendigo, and he asked them, please kill me before I kill all of you.
Oh, gosh.
So they killed him because he wanted to die. I don't know if he should have. I mean, they still killed a guy, but like, if he's asking you to kill them, did he go to jail?
How are they supposed to deal with that?
Right?
What's the right answer there? I don't have the right answer. I don't know what I would do. I would have to think long and hard, because how do you just like end someone's life based on this kind of thing?
Well, can't remember. This is like real to people, right? It's just as real as any religion or anything like that. It's a belief
Well,
system.
yeah. Well, it's like we were just talking about the movie The Fly earlier.
Oh.
It had gotten brought up, and that's kind of one of the overarching themes of that movie.
Yeah.
It's just like, kill me, I'm a monstrosity, or I don't want to be a monstrosity, kind of. It's, all of us have that kind of fear anyway, of stuff, of transforming. Like the werewolf story is classic for that.
Transforming into something that's just pure, not human anymore. That sense of humanity is just ripped from you. Pretty much.
Not even to mention the painful process of transformation in the first place.
True.
And they never depict that as fun.
Okay. Are you ready for the big infamous one?
Yeah.
Anybody that knows the Wendigo has probably heard of a Cree man named Swift Runner. Oh, yeah, we're talking about Swift Runner. Okay. Alberta. The year is 1878, right? It's winter. And Swift Runner is camping with his family out in the woods. He's got a winter camp. He comes back in the spring.
Okay.
His family, completely gone. It's just him.
Oh.
He claimed that his family died of starvation, but people were confused because this man did not look starved. He looked healthy, fit, like he'd been eating well.
Oh.
Yeah, like he'd been eating real well.
I see where this is going.
So they said they had the police investigate because they were like, something's fishy.
Yeah.
So they had the police go investigate. They went to the winter camp and they found the remains of his 9 family members. They found teeth marks on some of the bones.
Holy cow.
So he claimed that he had strange dreams and that a spirit told him he needed to eat his family. They ended up hanging him for the murders at Fort Saskatchewan.
I was only chuckling because I'm just imagining the whole situation, going to court and all that about it.
But he had a trial. He was tried.
Yeah.
Like
the whole thing's absurd is all.
And I have found pictures of Swift Runner and of the bone pile. I don't know if we want to use the bone pile one. That feels disrespectful to the dead.
Yeah.
Because, like, these aren't all grown-up bones. These aren't all adult bones. They're not. And
yeah.
the ones, some of the mostly, like, the skulls you'll see in the picture, there is a man's skull. There's a woman's skull, right? I know he had, I think it was like his wife and his kids, which is just...
Yeah.
The kids one is always hard. Kids make it hard. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to use that. Oh, it feels icky. So
it's sad for everyone. Don't worry.
it is sad. If you guys have ever read the book, which I read as a kid, Skeleton Man by Joseph Bruchac, he uses Swift Runner's tale as the origin for Skeleton Man.
Oh.
Which is, I don't know. Like, so I read it when I was maybe... Man, I was in elementary school, so I might have been 4th, 5th grade, and I read it because it's technically a kid's book. Technically, it freaked me out so bad.
Yeah.
It was a very terrifying book to read at 9, 10. I probably should have waited till I was like in middle school age to read it.
Probably.
Didn't.
This might explain a lot about you.
Gave me a lot of nightmares.
This is why we're here.
Probably.
This is why we're here, folks.
Okay, so the last little bit of information I have. So Wendigo Lake, or Lake Wendigo that was in the story, is a real place.
Yes.
Cass Lake is in Minnesota. In that lake, there is an island called Star Island.
Oh.
On that island, there's another lake called Lake
What
Wendigo.
the heck?
So it's a lake within a lake, which is a really cool, like, geographical thing to have happened.
That's like a little convoluted, though.
It is. And apparently, a Wendigo is actually supposed to live in it. A folklorist was able to get some reports that they had seen, like, footprints and exit holes found on the ice in the winter.
Oh.
Out of Lake Wendigo onto Star Island.
Dang.
Yeah, it is strange. If you guys ever just have a minute, go Google Maps it. It's a very strange little
I'm going to look into that later, yeah.
phenomenon that happened. I don't know how a lake ends up in an island inside a lake, but it did, and it's a really cool thing that happened.
Heck yeah.
Also, for all my people last time that wanted to go to Rougarou Fest, there is a Wendigo Fest.
A Wendigo Fest.
A
They have a
Wendigo
festival for everybody, don't
I think they do. Well, I don't think they have one for Kuchisake Onna.
Fair.
Or
Well,
the
not
Talipo.
here anyway.
No.
No, you
But-
probably would have found it.
The Wendigo Fest happens in Manitowoc, which I hope I'm saying right. Manitowoc
That's a lot.
in Wisconsin, because of course it does. You know, he seems like he does honestly like hang out around Minnesota and Wisconsin in those parts. There are reports of him in other states though. And interestingly, when I started this research, I only thought of the Wendigo as an Appalachian creature.
Oh.
So I thought,
I actually this whole time thought it just was until we started,
yeah, I thought it was just
when
from
you started bringing up
Appalachia.
Minnesota, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, he's like more Midwesty than I thought. I was like, oh no, he's in like Appalachia. He's gonna be like in the. I have to find somewhere else to go than the Talipo for my story. And he's like, oh no, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Montana. I'm like, oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, this one kind of brings you all around.
Yeah, he's listed for a lot of like when they're trying to put him on the map. It's definitely more Midwesty, but he's all around because they even have some reports of him in the Rocky Mountains too.
Rocky Mountains.
So
Man,
he's a very big creature.
I would be terrified if I ever had to run into a Wendigo. I don't know if I would survive to tell about it.
Get some bear fat, you'll be fine.
Yeah, everybody just make sure you keep bear fat now when you're freaking camping.
Right, that or at least a silver, steel, or iron dagger, or bullets, which I think are bullets lead. I'm not 100% sure.
It varies.
It does. So I was like,
you
make
can
sure.
get some lead jacketed.
Yeah, make sure you've got something to at least subdue him so you can get away.
Exactly, because you don't want to be caught outside with a Wendigo.
No, so
Or inside, for that matter.
little summary of the Wendigo before we head out for the episode. They are huge. Their name means winter cannibal monster. They're susceptible to fire, iron, steel, and silver, but that only subdues them. If you want to cure them, you need that hot bear fat. And killing them, well, that one also takes either fire, like I said, or you need to cut out the heart and burn it.
Well, there you go. Again, with the fire. I think the safest bet is just to have fire.
Yeah, fire's probably your best bet because I think most of us, if we're hiking in the woods, we have some kind of way to light fire, right? Just in case you get lost.
Yeah, exactly, because that's part of your survival kit. And, I mean, obviously, if you're camping, you're going to have a fire. So be prepared. Be vigilant. And, I don't know, keep your head on a swivel, I guess. There's so many cryptids out here now.
Right? Well, here's the big thing, right? So if you're hiking in a group and you guys get lost, don't start cannibalizing each other.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Don't even think about it.
I mean, you should just know not to do that.
Because that also does, the Donner Party.
That's what I mean. I was thinking of that too, of course.
Party. Don't Donner Party each other, okay?
Yeah, if you guys don't know what that is, there's plenty of podcasts and other information about that. But now that you know about the Wendigo, that story's going to be a little scarier. It's going to be a little bit more tense. Well, I don't know. I don't have very many questions about the Wendigo. I kind of don't want to know more. This is the worst one. This is the scariest one. This is S tier cryptid level stuff for me anyway. Because it's got the cannibalism that I hate, and it's an apex predator. We talked about all this, but I love it.
Yeah.
I love the Wendigo. It's my favorite. So, I don't know. Any last details?
No,
you
that
think
was
we
it.
need to know?
We had our summary, so I now hope that the Wendigo is crystal clear.
Bye.
Bye. Follow us on Threads and Insta at Wyrmsong Media. That's WYRMSONG Media. Want to reach out to us? Email us at wyrmsongmedia@gmail. Again, that's WYRMSONGMEDIA@gmail.